I know it's Christmas Day. I'm going to get this out where it's fresh in my memory. I haven't got a pen right now. 50-year-old Christmas doll that was being made stopped because of what happened to me yesterday. So, short, late evening yesterday. It's Christmas, well, UK, call it Christmas Day if you want. I don't do Christmas myself, but for those that do, wish you Merry Christmas and your family. Okay. 24th of the 12th, 2018, yesterday, it's about 10 to 7 in the evening. I don't normally go out when it's cold and I had to go and do something. When you're fortunate, disabled like I, or chair dependent, limited mobility. A couple of friends of mine, one was going to meet one of her friends in a pub for a short while, and I was going to meet up them up the road in the middle of High Street, and I left, can't remember what time now, but it was in the daytime and it was busy, a lot of people about. Sky's cold anyway, thought not a lot of shops were open anyway. Weren't going to be out for long, and then I stopped and bumped into somebody I know, and a female. That was in the town centre where I live. So instead of going the way I would have gone, I went up this main shopping area, which is now, the shops were closed by the time I went up that area, and I took a right down Fish Street in my wheelchair. To remember seeing some people just like, they weren't rowdy, just a few people merry, you know, Christmas Eve, expected that, nothing unusual. Saw some people, one or two, can't quite remember, it happened so quickly, coming out. Look, some new flats being built in the town centre area I was, and there's another pub further on another side street, but didn't take much notice of what happened next, really. Didn't expect it to happen. Still quite, well, I don't know what to say about it really, because it's just cruel. I don't normally wear a particular white coat. It's quite an old coat, but it's very expensive coat, but it's bloody warm, and some of my friends that care for me help get it on. And I don't wear this brooch, which is it's like my mates checked it out for me. She was looking online and saw it's like an antique type Avon make, a tiger's, a Pacific design. It's distinctive, and I've got another piece of jewellery from my late mum. It's like a butterfly, but you can wear it as a brooch or necklace, and that's also unique, antique type style necklace. And I didn't even know my mum held those pieces of jewellery, and it's quite a lovely surprise at my mum's funeral, 10th of the 8th of August this year, for my brother Doug to give me them with some photographs which my mates just helped me look through. I'm trying to keep the fact, so bear with me, because I find it pure evil. It's going to happen. 2018 in my area. And it wasn't like any like real violence, you know. And I'm bloody streetwise, that's the thing. I'm absolutely so spot on with my surroundings and my safety, and that's what gets me. And this can happen to anyone. And I'm one that's clued up. especially when I'm in my wheelchair out and about. Well, I don't get out and about that often anymore. So, it's just going to be a bloody test for me, I tell you. It's nothing to do with like the value of the item that was stolen. It's sentimental. And especially this aggravated by his time of year and grieving still. Of the loss of my mum, you know. I blurted, as I said, that short video yesterday, best I could, because I was still ringing the police up because I wanted to meet up yesterday. Well, I mean today, Christmas Day. And I didn't realise I just can't cope on my own with anybody like that around here. I just got so much going on in my disabilities and help and stuff, you know. And the last thing I wanted was any uniform police or plainclothes police turn up my door, you know, in front of all my neighbours. I'll get another gossip from bloody selfish neighbours. There's a lot of them around here that are so selfish now. Never used to be like that. So I did say to the female on the phone, I said, all due respect, is there a female officer? Because I just... Excuse me, I started off right doing this video and I'm just... Oh. It's hard. The bit that got me was like how I'm streetwise and it's under these so-called 5G type new CCTV in the street, and it's a place I've been loads of times and I know the place at the back of my hand and my safety. I know what to do, and I had my phone on me, so I was checking the time in my wheelchair and I didn't pay attention to what was around me because I just observed as you just scan around and the camera above, so you just presume that you'd be all right, you know. It's Christmas Eve of all things, and it weren't like it's late at night. You won't catch me anywhere near when it's late at night, you know what I mean? Safety and all that stuff nowadays. Anyway, next minute, 2 females, and I didn't have that long a glance, but I did with a bloke because he's so damn close. And it was like, in a way, he was straggling, but he got close to me. As I'm in my wheelchair, I stopped to check the time. So, see, now all these questions are going to be asked of me tomorrow. How long will you stop for? And all these kind of details. I can't remember all that because it happened so quick. And there's no guarantee they'll be able to see anything on any CCTV. I know it's all depending where the cameras are angled. It's all modern type. It's all linked up around the town now, and they can check it with your location, your GPS or something, your smartphones, so they can time everything. You know, nowadays but they won't spend any public resources investigating something like this. I know that. I know what they're like with me before. I don't have any trust in these bloody police in my area. Well, I don't know about anywhere, but unfortunately, I stick out like a sore thumb in a great big, nice white coat with wrapped up my scarf and the beautiful pendant I didn't know it was unique. I didn't know it's antique. I just thought it was a lovely pendant my mum had in a box, and I've never seen her wear it. I haven't. Well, it's all the letters to my late mum. All these, all these, all these years, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know she had anything such a thing like that. So anyway, it was a pleasant surprise. And anyway, I just wanted something. I know she's all around me as spirit anyway. And the rest of the family grieve me in their own way. They've got their own families around them. I don't have mine. No. Whatever reason, they're adults, you know, they've got their own reasons. But anyway, my friend, they're my private friends, okay? So they just helped me get my clothes on, my coat on, wrap me up warm, and put the nice little brooch on, being Christmas Eve, and weren't going nowhere special. Just a couple of bits I needed to get, because I said I don't do Christmas and stuff like that myself anymore. And it was just a very short, going to be a short period of time being out, that's all. I don't go out and about at all. My health is not that great, so yeah. I did not notice, because I thought this guy, when he come up to me in my wheelchair, saying to me, Merry Christmas, but it's dunkel drink. So as he was with two females, parallel to each other, walking, it was like they were propped him up, but I didn't really get that much of a look at them, just a gauge, like one had blonde hair and one had dark hair. That's all I could gauge. But that it wasn't that dark, because you had Christmas lights in a crisscross above these shops above my head, giving it light in the street. And he had a long dark coat on, so he had white Caucasian, white English bloke. And in his, about, I said to police, I could only guess, about 35 years of age. And a gauge, a rough guess of the female's age group, because I didn't get a good look, you know, I wasn't concentrating also. And I was just taken aback. Oh, Merry Christmas, they're saying. So, and then the next thing, which I didn't think about at the time, as he said Merry Christmas, the bloke, he touched my left side of my coat, my body. And I'd just, it's weird. I just, what, you know, I didn't say anything. And the way it happened is all like a split of a second kind of thing. And I didn't feel any pendant come off my coat. I just felt him touch my left shoulder, the coat. The coat's quite thick. It's the type of pendant, the clasp, that cannot just get off a coat just like that. It was too tightly fitted. So I found my old pendant I've had for years as well, a golden, it's gold plated. I don't wear it out. I've not been out and about in years anywhere special really, so I've just kept it in my jewellery box. And I've just got that as an example to show the strength of the long pointed pin of the brooch and brooch pendant. And because it's a distinctive pattern and a distinctive colour and design and quite large. So as I said, that happened a split second, and I went to where I was going to get some top up for my prepaid electric meter, my key. That's what my concern more about, and checking the time, because I didn't know what time they would still be open. got there, checked could top up my key, and obviously I didn't think to contact my friend and see where she was, because the arrangement was I'll get my top up and then I would meet my own, because I didn't want to spoil her time having that time off work to go and see her mate in a pub. So I didn't know what pub she's going. And I knew I'd be alright, I thought, and I thought the pendant was on my coat still, so I just presumed it were. So as I got my electric in that cross-cutter shop up the road where I normally go, they've got cameras in there, and it weren't until I turn around and I've got the shoulder bag which sits and positioned on my right side, but I have to adjust it so it fits carefully on my left side too. And that's when I went to touch my shoulder bag and I didn't feel my brooch, and I thought, oh, what's happened? So I had to back round carefully where I were, stopped in cost cutters. I was right underneath the camera by the main door. It's cold outside, and I went checking my clothes I had on, because you never know, it could have fallen off. But I thought to myself, well, it can't, because my mate made sure it was tightly fit to my coat, so it couldn't have just fallen off. So I looked back behind me, because it's such a distinct stiff gold and black and diamond crystal effect, you'll spot at no time. And I looked around, and the only other individual in that shop before me, because I obviously look around my safety as a matter of course, and there's cameras everywhere anywhere in that store as well, so there's nothing. And then I stopped again, making sure there was nothing like falling in my bag. So my mate's a minute going to go through my bag again, and check my clothing. Nothing. So it dawned on me that that guy, when he touched my left side of my bloody body, he took it off me, didn't he? How quick that was. My reason for the stream on Christmas Day, for people that celebrate it, I don't. Be careful out there. I've just only yesterday, my friend helped me see the website of the local police's website, and I think it's national anyway, the website about jewellery. Do not wear anything out. If you wear anything, cover up with scarves. I have a necklace anyway on, but that I wear scarves and hats anyway to protect myself and keep me warm. Not just because it's time of the day, if it's summer, I wear a hat. And I'm covered up because I get a lot of ill health around my throat, and my dental health's not great. So I'm usually covered up anyway. And the website's very, very important to know, because about inside, if you've got any jewellery inside your home, to look for a safe deposit box. You don't think about things like that, because I don't usually have any items of that kind of sentimental or slight value. I would never sell the things I've got, because they're my late mum's, they go down passing my my grandchildren. That's what the plan was. And my lovely granddaughter Evie would have had that one. And I was split up the older two ones. One was my late grand's that my mum had, and I've got that. So it goes back a long time ago. Can't remember what year, and that's unique. And that's like a scarf pendant, where people used to wear scarves years ago, and you put this. Ladies will put this around their necks. Because I remember years ago, my mum used to wear them, and we're going back a long, long time ago. So I've still got some really old, nice jewellery that I was given from my ex-boyfriends years ago. I'll never get rid of that, because those items come from places like Dubai and Brazil, when I used to go travelling abroad in business. So I'll just get them passed down in my family, my own family. I'll just make sure they're just left. Oh, I need to get a will set up, and just left into a will for the sake of my grandchildren, because I don't have that relationship anymore with my own son and daughter. Whatever reason, it's just the way it is since my death of my mum. So I don't know if they're still grieving their own way, I don't know. But anyway, moral of the unfortunate situation, really horrendous experience. Just be damn careful. So whether you're able-bodied or not, or in my situation, be damn bloody careful. There's so many people that's struggling with finances and no jobs and homes. You don't know if their personality, unfortunately, will most probably lead them to take a drastic action, or this could be premeditated. I don't know. I'm no expert. Just be careful. I forgive those. I really do forgive those that transgress against me, because we want to. It's not. I'm absolute. I can't even put into words how I feel. But I know they're going to get what they're due, and they're going to have to answer to their maker one day what they've done to me. And for all other people that are going through a lot, never seen any justice in anything. What goes around it might take 3 years, but what goes around will come around eventually. So all I can do is focus on positivity. I know the police won't just have to do their job, and there's nothing they can do, and it's going to be the usual thing that normally happens, isn't it? But it's bloody tough. The aggravated circumstances because of the death of my mum are sentimental, and that I'm in a bloody wheelchair, you know, disabled in a wheelchair, what happens? So, but the website, as I said, if it's helpful for anybody to know about it, whatever town, city in UK you are, or abroad, just the website, or information, common sense approach, because I'm not the one to have these kind of expensive jewellery lurking around. I don't do that. I don't go for material things. I believe it's more important to be well in health, mind, body and soul. That's my way of thinking nowadays. And to just trying to survive in tough times the way it is with loads of people in different ways. And my mum taught me that since the death of my mum. A lot before that, but more so since the death of my mum. Just to make do what you got, you know. So I just thought holding that pendant close to my heart on my coat, she's close to me, you know, in my own way. That's what I was thinking. And then that takes away from me. It's like psychological, a deliberate psychological attempt to mess about my mind, re-traumatise me. But at the end of the day, it's my friends that help me see it. It's just dependent. Items can be replaced. You can't replace your lost family, the death of a loved one. You can remember the good times, and you can just treasure each moment you got while you're on this short period of time on earth. That's all I'm seeing it. So I'll make this public video, even though I don't know who they are, the two women and the bloke. I forgive those for those that's transgressed against me. They're going to have to live with their own conscience. And the police, I know they won't be able to track them down. They won't be able to do that. Do the usual police report, innit? And I don't like doing them stuff. Never do. So I'll make an effort. But just be careful how these things can react on your psychological mindset. And be careful to just be easy with yourself. Because the shock of it can affect you. It may not happen right away. it will take time and it can suddenly set upon you without you realising. Psychologically, I'm talking about as well. You need to be strong in your mind, body and soul. It's very difficult when there's a lot going on. And then this happens on top. So from my own experience, not very great of all days, is it? I'll get through it. Which is a bloody nightmare and a shock. So, in the memory of my mum, she wouldn't want me to get upset, and although I am, but she won't want me to dwell on it. She want me to cooperate and deal with the police, the usual, because I've reported the theft. And as she used to do, I found an old news cutting of her. My brother is very good at IT, and I didn't know he had all these photos, old photos of my mum, so I'll just post some of them on Facebook and social media just to remember my mum by. And today I found, excuse me, I found an old photograph that she took, 1979. It's on a Christmas card, 1979. Ironic, isn't it, really? Out of a bad situation's happened to me, something good comes out of it. Because if I hadn't been trying to find, with my friends up today, as I said, the obituary of the funeral, because I trying to remember, in case I'm asked those questions from the police or something, I don't know what they might ask, and found some photos that were linked in, because I had the jury with the photos that my mum kept of me, and I didn't know those photos. I had no idea that she kept these all these years. I haven't gone through them all, because I'm not ready yet. But I also found another card, and it was a Christmas card to me, by my three former best friends when I was a kid, and I forgot all about that. And I found it today, and that was awesome. I think sometimes, whatever your belief systems are, my mum's, this spiritual energy is around us somehow. Because if that happened, I wouldn't have found this today. Perhaps, who knows? And that card was of me with a beautiful leopard dog. I might get a picture when I feel better, and just post it on social media. And they're beautiful. It was a little boy. Obviously, I was only about 7. So it's a boy with the two sisters, and it was taken. I know where we were. Remember where we used to go in Cornwall, in UK. And it was above this near posh hotel, and I used to do a paper round there years ago with my sister. And we met this family, and we used to go summer, their place in the summer above the beautiful hilltop overlooking the sea. Beautiful place. So I will do, when I feel better, do a photograph of that, because that's ironic. I found that today on Christmas Day, all these years on. It's 2018 now, and this was dated Christmas Day, card given to me, 1979. You can't take those memories away. So those nasty pieces of work is taking my precious pendant away of my late mum's. But you cannot ever take those memories away. Just remember that when you feel down, when you're going through hardships, whatever you're going through in life, because I know it's going to get worse in other situations for many of us, disabled people, for example, a lot more in 2019. But now I'm sharing this, what happened to me, and how I'm trying to deal with it, and how I'm trying to be positive. It's difficult, but I'm not going to ruin my day. It's bloody hard work to think like this, but my mum brought me up to be like this. And on her memory, on her behalf, I'm making this dream for her today. So, Mum, you taught me right. Didn't listen half the time. As per usual, as I got older, it's only till you get older and things happen to you, you start to realise what's important in your life. And yes, it's absolutely horrific what happened today. I'm still upset and traumatised by it, of course. I'll get through it eventually. I'll get through this, and I just wish you the best you can. And just remember that karma will come around, and whoever's made a comment, so I haven't been able to be well enough to get back to you. And just be careful, just be sensible out there. I'd realised to not take any jewellery out, and I'm not one to wear jewellery. So yesterday was just one of those things that I wanted something close to my heart. Literally, it was pinned on my left side on my coat. As I said, it'd be close to my heart, so my mum was with me this Christmas. My own little way. But anyway, sometimes horrific things happen like this for a reason, and it points you into a different direction. And it has me. It's not helped in a bigger sense, of course. I just got to go through the motion, Boxing Day to meet the police. I ain't going to like that at all. I hate the police. I mean, I really don't. I've got bad experiences with them. But I've got to try. As I said. I think it's a lot of pressure, you know, and a lot of people in different ways why they do these things. But no, when I spoke to the police yesterday, the call centre and the females, I mean, they meant well, don't get me wrong. I was quite surprised by that. They're just doing their job, but they meant well. But when it's only till I got home, when I said to the police that, because they wanted me to see me straight away, and I was no fit state. There's no way. And today, I forgot it was obviously Christmas Day. I was in shock, and there's no way. And my friends, no, you need to rest. So I've been resting all day and trying to finish this goal. My friends have to focus on something positive, you know. So the police are saying on the phone, like, it's an what's the word they used? Opportunist, is it? Where there's, I've heard about this before, but I've never been a victim of this. And where you got the two females as distraction. They were literally parallel to each other with a bloke. As I said, it happened in a split second, and she said, yeah, that's how it works. What? And I'm the one that's usually streetwise, and I'm the one that usually, so if you go on and on and on and think why, but you know, why me and all this stuff, it can really do your mind in. Be careful about that. I'm a survivor of a serious crime from years ago, so I can go from experience on victims of crime, you know. You might say it's horrendous, yes, I know, being Christmas Eve and all, and losing your loved one, and this time of year it's very difficult for anyone losing their loved one. God forbid if you're going through hard times as well. But it is easy to have hatred in your heart. It's easy to have bitterness. And what's that going to do? It's going to make you ill. I know this from experience. It's taken me years to get my head around everything it's going through, still going through. You need your health, you need your mind, you need your physical health and your everyday rest, and take a minute at a time. And especially when you're going through a sudden trauma again. Your mind can only take so much trauma at one time. You be so careful, so careful, be kind to yourself. And I thank gosh that they were able to see my settee. My mates last night when one sat on the settee. It was quite funny, really. And one was sitting on, well, mate do bed on the floor next to my bed just to make sure I was okay, because they're concerned about the trauma effect on me. And one, they're both taking turns today with friends and just getting a stew ready for me. So it's important to keep, it's very hard to keep strong and practical, because the police go on facts. And so thank goodness that my mum taught me this ever since a young girl growing up, and that's what I remember. It's odd how I remember this, it really is. Perhaps that's how I found this Christmas card with a photograph of my 3 old childhood friends of 1979. And I remember what my mum brought me up with nothing. She had 5 of us, by the way. She brought us up with nothing and made do. And she still didn't, although we never got on as I got older as an adult and had my own kids. We didn't always get on well, but the basics, I don't think you ever forget the grounding as you grow up as an adult in your own way, and you learn in life, you go through things in life. And there's many pressures in life, more than ever. I never thought I'd ever experience half the things I have throughout this time. And I just thank goodness I'm still here to try to carry on. And as I said, you can replace items. You'll never forget the memories. Eventually you'll heal. It takes a long time, depending on the individual, of course. And then, of course, with the status quo, the cutbacks and the police services and stuff like that, I know they won't most probably get any footage of the CCTV. That was right above my head, outside in the street. And there's no guarantee they'll find individuals. And I just hate my elder brother. I don't even get on with him well, but he might better find something else of my late mum. But I've still got, as I said, a couple of items. But the main thing, I've still got memories, and good job, it is, I know this might sound odd, but if that event didn't happen, that theft didn't happen to me yesterday, I wouldn't have looked at those photos to look to see if I had anything relevant item to describe to help the police with their investigation or whatever. And I wouldn't have found this Christmas card of that year, as I just said. And I wouldn't remembered what my mum and her morals taught me growing up as a kid. And as I said, as you go through life, generally, every like conveyor belt, you don't realise precious and what is precious in life, because obviously you're just going about and trying to survive, aren't you? And still. And she taught me, and the rest of my family members, but they've got their own situations, I've heard, that my eldest sister, my half-sister, her husband's father died recently, so they're not having much of a great Christmas themselves. They do celebrate it, I don't. This is my own choice. But, and that, yeah, you go on busy life, you've got your own families and have grown up and stuff, and kids of their own. But I don't know about anybody else, but I've never forgotten the basic things. You don't need gadgets, you don't need expensive items, you just need your basic things, your roof over your head, food in your belly, your basic heating and your health. You don't need all these luxuries, you can't take them away with you. And that's one thing my mum taught me, even though I didn't believe in her religious and ways she taught. Some things she did teach me, these skills of sewing. Ironic or what, my mate was trying to help me do this new stitching of this doll thing yesterday. I don't know what technology can help me do sewing with my disabilities, but that's another day. So the moral of all this, it's not a great experience, but my mum went through a lot worse, I tell you, and my late gran. But at least my mum lived to a good old age, bless her heart, and at least I had a chance to say goodbye to her. And I knew it will be a difficult time of year anyway for anyone that's lost a loved one. But to get robbed Christmas bloody Eve and then have this effect, but it's how you react to it is important. And as I said, the what I was raised, although I don't agree to that religion my family are in, but there's one particular, I forgive those that transgressed against me. There's been a lot of people, by the way, that's transgressed against me throughout my life, but I will forgive this. I do forgive this bloke and them women that's done what they did to me yesterday. You can easily hold grudges, you know. I've got so many things I could keep going on about. There's no point. Time is to move on. And might not like a lot of things that's happening to yourselves in life, especially nowadays, and what's going on in many areas. What happened to me yesterday? Before that, I bumped into somebody. She's a lady last year I trusted. During this past year as well, I trusted. She's the only one I could trust. And I built a rapport with her, who met my son and my daughter at the time as well before, to help me with my care needs, my care act with the council and everything else going on there. It's ironic how I bumped into her. There's no such thing as coincidence. I know that. For 100% know that. I just left my friend. She went to the pub to see her mate, as I said. And I said, I should be okay, because I need to find where I can get the electric from. And then, if you want, either text me and I'll meet you at home. But then, didn't expect to bump into this care advocate female. I won't say her name. She's changed. She's a lovely woman. She's younger than me. And it's amazing. I was meant to bump into her. Because she explained to me what the work she's doing with now the homeless and the people so vulnerable on the streets in this area. I've known certain things what she's telling me was true, because I know certain things and that subject in this area. And she's saying to me there's a lot of people that's been taking their lives and then in hospital, and that's what she does. She's like a mental health advocate in the mainstream hospital in my area, and she just left there and trying to help those people. So it's not just this time of year, it's any time throughout the year things can happen to you. But a lot, like she's explaining, is a lot of things can get to this. And she took the time. She hadn't done this for a long time. I haven't seen her. I didn't know she's still working, because I was led to believe that she was no longer employed in the job role. And I wasn't, because I've been trying to get her as my advocate. She was very good to help me get my care I need and work with people that I need. And then one I could trust, and then I got somebody I couldn't even bloody trust. I didn't even know what she's doing. So yesterday I found out all along what was true. I won't make that public, by the way, but that's a different story another day. And I just thank goodness I had that discussion with her, because she's put my mind at ease about the issue with the care for the new year. She's given me some information that will help me in a positive way. I no guarantee it will pan out, but at least it's an option to try and to get her back on board. Now I know she's back in this particular advocate role, and she's one will kick ass for me, no disrespect, and try and get things in motion once and for all. And I know she will have those skills. So I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that could be, you could say, Well, anyway, I believe it's my mum's spirit at work, in my opinion anyway. It's not because I miss her, I just sense that in my gut feeling. And that she, that lady, what she said about me, a couple of things, as I said, and I didn't realise how long I was talking to her. And it was lovely to see her and what she was doing. So, on Christmas Eve, unfortunately, the worst people off the night. Yeah, so I didn't expect to then get robbed after that. So, thank goodness my mates that helped me, taught me through things today. And, well, basically just, well, who do I see before it happened? What was I doing like before? You know, just being concerned for my well-being. And they said, well, yeah, like the police said on the phone, it was just absolutely just sick individual. And the two females were them that just saw the opportunity and happened just like that. I hadn't known, I've heard about things like this, but I've never experienced it. And as I said, my friends always do their best, and they will keep carrying on. And hopefully in the new year something might get done. I might get the right support eventually. So keep strong out there best you can. And it's easy to hate people, it really is. It's easy to be negative, extremely is, I tell you that now. But I wish you whatever you do with your loved ones or family, you just don't know. 1 minute you're here on this earth, next minute you could go to work, or you're going out to shop, or God forbid you have an accident and you're not here anymore on this earth. Life is precious, and things happen for a reason. Not very good sometimes, these things. For example, my situation just yesterday. But something positive might come out with it, as I explained, the circumstances of today. And I share this from first-hand experience. As I said, you can't replace, you can replace items, physical items, but you can never replace those feelings, those life experiences, those memories. And be careful, so careful nowadays who you trust. I'm not saying not to trust anyone, but be extremely streetwise and just, well, I'm always am, and that's the thing what got me. But as I said, the mind can play tricks when you're being traumatized by something like that, and you can't dwell on it. That's the point. So thank goodness you got someone to talk to. I wouldn't hesitate. You're on your own with something like this, just pick up the phone if you were able to, or just look online. You're able to just to research, so you know you're not. Don't let your mind overthink it, your trauma experiences, because then it can drag you down, as I said, in your health, and it won't do you any better. It won't make any better. Just make you worse. So yeah, I didn't eat properly yesterday, obviously, but I'll make sure I am now. And but thank you for your comments, positive comments. And as I said, I hope I'm just making this drink because I haven't been able to get out to do much, talk, to respond. So my mates are here helping me make this video stream for all those that are going through bereavements or victims of crime or whatever. It is hard. It is extremely hard to forgive. It takes time, but that's what my late mum taught me. And I wouldn't have ever thought I would say that. I tell you that now. I'm not. All my old videos never mentioned anything like this before. But God bless. I've got to go. I wish you well.